The Presidents of the Philippines, 1899 to 2022. Number 1. Emilio F. Aguinaldo, 1899 to 1901. Emilio Aguinaldo was the first President of the Philippines, First Republic, also known as the Malolos Republic. He was inaugurated on January 23, 1899 at the Barasoain Church, Malolos, Bulacan. He led the proclamation of the Philippine independence on June 12, 1898, in his ancestral home in Kawit, Cavite. Number 2. Manuel L. Quezon, 1935 to 1944. Manuel L. Quezon was the second President of the Philippines and the first President of the Philippine Commonwealth established under the USA. He was inaugurated on December 30, 1941, in Corregidor Island. He is known as the father of national language, ama ng wikang pambansa. He died of tuberculosis in Saranac Lake, New York. Number 3. Jose P. Laurel, 1943 to 1945. Jose P. Laurel was the third President of the Philippines and the President of the Second Philippine Republic. His inauguration was on October 14, 1943, in the Legislative Building, now National Museum. He served President of the Philippines during the Japanese occupation during World War II. Number 4. Sergio Osmeña Sr., 1944 to 1946. Sergio Osmeña Sr. was the fourth President of the Philippines and the second President of the Commonwealth. He was inaugurated on August 1, 1944, in Washington, D.C. He succeeded the presidency after the death of then-President Manuel L. Quezon. During his administration, the Philippines joined the International Monetary Fund. Number 5. Manuel A. Rojas, 1946 to 1948. Manuel Rojas was the fifth President of the Philippines, the third and last president under the Commonwealth, and the first president of the Third Republic of the Philippines. He was inaugurated on May 28, 1946, at the National Museum building. He held the office for only 1 year, 10 months, and 18 days. Number 6. Elpidio R. Quirino, 1948 to 1953. Elpidio Quirino was the 6th President of the Philippines and the 2nd President of the Third Republic. He succeeded presidency after incumbent President Manuel Rojas died in 1948. Quirino was 57 years old when he was inaugurated as president on April 17, 1948 at the Malacañang Palace. Number 7. Ramon Magsaysay Sr., 1953 to 1957. Ramon Magsaysay was the 7th President of the Philippines and the 3rd President of the Third Republic. He was the first president who sworn into the office wearing barong Tagalog during inauguration. He died in an aircraft disaster while boarding the presidential plane. Number 8. Carlos P. Garcia, 1957 to 1961. Carlos P. Garcia is the 8th President of the Philippines and the 4th President of the Third Republic. This Bohol native was a lawyer, poet, and professor, and served as a guerrilla leader during the Pacific War. Garcia served as Vice President under Ramon Magsaysay and as Secretary of Foreign Affairs for 4 years. He became president when Magsaysay died in a plane crash in 1957. Number 9. Diosdado Macapagal, Diosdado P. Macapagal, 1961 to 1965. Diosdado P. Macapagal was the 9th President of the Philippines. He was a lawyer and economist, born in Lubao, Pampanga. He was inaugurated on December 30, 1961 at the Quirino Grandstand. His daughter Gloria Macapagal Arroyo followed his path and became president too. Number 10. Ferdinand E. Marcos, 1965 to 1986. Ferdinand Marcos was the 10th President of the Philippines and the last President of the Third Republic. He was one of the most controversial leaders of the 20th century. He ruled the Philippines for 21 years and was removed from the office after the People Power Revolution. Number 11. Corazon C. Aquino, 1986 to 1992. Corazon Aquino was the first woman president of the Philippines and the first woman to become president of an Asian country. She was the 11th president and a democracy icon, one of the 100 women who shaped world history, and 20 most influential Asians of the 20th century. Twelve. Fidel V. Ramos, 1992 to 1998. Fidel Ramos is the 12th President of the Philippines and the oldest living former president of the country. FVR is now 93 years old. He is one of the most admired presidents because during his presidency, he restored economic growth and stability in the country. Thirteen. Joseph Estrada, 1998 to 2001. Joseph Estrada is the 13th President of the Philippines and the first film actor to become a president in the country. During his years in office, economic growth was slow, and he faced impeachment proceedings. He became the first president in Asia to be impeached from an executive role. He was ousted from the presidency in 2001. Number 14. Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, 2001 to 2010. Gloria Macapagal Arroyo is the 14th President of the Philippines, the second female president, and the first Filipino president whose parent was a former president. She's also an economist like her father, Ex-President Diosdado Macapagal. Having a master's degree and doctorate in economics, Gloria put the Philippine economy back in shape. Annual economic growth in the Philippines averaged 4.5% during her administration, expanding every quarter of her presidency. That is higher than in the administrations of her three immediate predecessors. The peso strengthened by nearly 20% in making it the best performing currency of the year 2007. #15. Benigno Aquino III, 2010 to 2016. Benigno Aquino III was the 15th President of the Philippines. He was the first bachelor president. A son of ex-President Corazon Aquino, he was also called as Noynoy or Pinoy. Noynoy finished his economics degree from Ateneo de Manila University. He was one of the students of a former economics professor, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the president before him. Number 16. Rodrigo Roa Duterte, 2016 until now. Rodrigo Roa Duterte is the 16th President of the Philippines. He is one of the most loved presidents. He's earned a massive fan base after transforming one of the most dangerous cities, Davao, into one of the world's safest when he was a mayor. At age 71, he became the oldest Filipino ever elected to the presidency.